From your point of view, which candidate do you prefer?
Well, I've made it pretty clear that I am a Trump supporter. I am a Republican. I believe in the Republican platform. I've taken a lot of time and have read through the Republican and the Democratic platform, and based on that, I am a Republican. And so at this point, the two that are running for office, we have, of course, Hillary Clinton on the Democratic side and Donald Trump on the Republican side. So I am a Trump supporter. I am not necessarily a Trump fan in everything that he has done or said, but I do believe that with some guidance and some wisdom, if Trump will hire and put the right people in the right places and be humble and take some responsibility for his actions and really think deeply about the needs of the country, and stay and group together with a lot of the support from the House and the Senate. Hopefully they will be Republican-led. I think we'll do fine. It's going to be a tough road, but I think we'll do all right. But I am definitely a Trump supporter.
Watching previous debates, is there anything that any of the candidates said that raised a red flag for you?
Definitely, I thought the third debate was the best debate, and there were a lot of things that raised red flags for me. But the one that really bothered me the most was Hillary Clinton's response on abortion. It was very clear to everybody that she is definitely not pro-life. She is what she likes to describe as pro-women, which is very odd that you could be pro-women but not pro-woman baby in the womb. And it was very disturbing to actually hear her speak about the fact that she is okay with a woman aborting a baby all the way up to the day of delivery. And she made that very clear. And she made it extremely clear that she was going to do everything in her power to make sure that the Supreme Court did nothing to overturn Roe versus Wade. And that was very frightening to me, that she was so matter-of-fact, so dogmatic that she was going to be sure that life was not protected. And that was very alarming.
You're a woman, so I'm curious to hear your point of view on this point. What is your view on woman equality, and how serious do you take that?
I do think that there are problems with equality where women are concerned, especially I think in the workplace, that women tend to be not paid as much as a man for the same work that they may do. I think we do have a problem with that. I think we've gotten a lot better over the years, but I am not a feminist. I don't run around thinking that women are superior to men, because in my Christian faith, I understand there are some words that in the Christian faith, in theology, we talk through about complementarian viewpoints and egalitarian viewpoints. And I believe that God made us equal, but we are different. We're not the same. Women are designed by God in a special way, and men are designed in a special way. So I do think that from a spiritual level, we need to always be mindful of that God created men and women differently, but we have to be very careful to keep equality as equal as possible, especially in the workforce, in politics, in education. And I've raised my girls to know that women can do just anything that they're called to do, but to never let that take the place of understanding that God made you a woman, and that's important. So I think you can believe in both viewpoints, being a complementarian and also seeing that there are injustices and that there is not equality in all things for women.
Now, you said that you're a Donald Trump supporter. What's your take on potentially having an outspoken man like him in office, and do you think that'll be good or bad for America?
I like the fact that Donald Trump is very outspoken. I like that he says what he says, and he doesn't try to be a politician about it. We have some serious problems. When he came out and talked about we need to build a wall, I mean, it's just pretty simple. We need to build a wall. There are a lot of different reasons for that, and a lot of people criticized him for that. But he said what he said, and he meant what he meant. But on the other side of that, it's a problem with him, with his words. He's got to be very, very careful that he understands that Words are important, and when you become the most powerful man in the world and you're dealing with nations and people, you do not have the privilege to say what you want to say when you want to say it. There is too much at risk and there's too much at stake. So my prayer for him will be that he doesn't lose his forceful passion, but that he humbles himself and takes wisdom from people around him that will train him to stop long enough to filter what he's getting ready to say and to be cautious that there are consequences for speaking too quickly. So I like his passion, but I do think he'll have to temper it with some wisdom.
Finally, where do you see America in 4 years?
Well, time does fly, but a lot can happen in 4 years, good and bad. I am concerned because a lot happened in our country in 8 years. We went into debt that is outstanding and almost just hard to imagine how much debt we have in our country. The morality and a lot of the things that we hold true and dear have ebbed away very quickly in 8 years. We saw a lot of things occur from the gay and lesbian agenda to marriage no longer being defined as between a man and a woman. We went through the situation with Obamacare. I mean, a lot of these things happened in a short period of time. So you can either think about it negatively, that in 4 years things could go much worse, but it can be reversed just as quickly, I think, if we all work together. We've got to work very diligently on the racism issue that we have in our country. We've got to become united. We have to realize that it's going to take a lot of teamwork. Everybody's got to do their part. That's the younger generation, the middle-aged, and the older. And we're going to have to work hard together. We got a lot of work to do, but I'm hopeful. We have some great young people coming up that they need to protect the Constitution. And my prayer is that they will value that they'll value free speech and the right to bear arms and things that made our country what it is today, and to stand firm on that, because we need law and order. And a lot of people died for us to have the life we have today under that Constitution. And I hope the younger generation will value it. And the next 4 years could be great.